Hello Cules, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal. Welcome back to more dropped points. Barcelona have faced Eibar at home at the Camp Nou and we've drawn 1-1. We've slipped up again, we've performed very poorly again, and it's just the same old stuff. What better way to end 2020 than to symbolise the entire year perfectly for Barcelona? Another shambles, another really bad performance, so much to criticise, and it's just getting tiring. As always, we will start with the team selection from Ronald Koeman. I don't think, in general, this was awful from Koeman. It's pretty much what we expected. I thought Busquets would start ahead of Pjanic, but well done to Koeman for actually starting Pjanic. Other than that, Junior came in at left wing back. Griezmann came in up front instead of Messi. I think the criticism would be that something that I generally worried about before the game is whether this back five would work at home to Eibar. I do think it's valuable, and it's a shame now because we've obviously not played well in it. We're not really going to see it again, you wouldn't imagine. But I do actually think it's quite valuable away from home. The Valladolid, we're playing Huesca away next Sunday. I'd be tempted to use it there as well. Just at home at the Camp Nou, guys, we gave nowhere near enough going forward. And again, you can look at the individuals. Nowhere near enough quality on the pitch for a Barcelona team. You've got players like Junior Firpo, not good enough. Martin Braithwaite up front, I think he's a fan favourite of all of ours just because he gives his all. But again, this player isn't quality enough, you'd have to say, if we want to seriously be a Barcelona side. You've got Griezmann again playing completely terribly. You've got Pedri in there as well, who of course, played very well again today. You've got players like him and De Jong, who are the bright sparks, if you like, in this team. But there's just so much out there. It just doesn't look quality enough. The formation certainly didn't work. We created nowhere near enough. And it was just poor again from Barca. But if we kickstart the match action, it actually started very well for Barcelona because we got a penalty quite early on. It's from a corner, and Araujo gets kicked right down the back of his leg. It's a clear penalty for me. Of course, he goes over, checks VAR, gives it. And this is a great chance for Barcelona to make it a comfortable game. And you're just thinking when they step up, right, first of all, who's going to take it? And second of all, please score it, because this is how you get points in La Liga. You make the games comfortable for yourselves. If you go 1-0 up at the Camp Nou in 7 minutes against Eibar, you're probably going to win the game. You're more than likely going to win the game, guys. But you know what? Braithwaite steps up. Griezmann obviously doesn't want to take penalties right now. He's got zero confidence, and you can't really blame him with the way he's playing. Braithwaite takes it. He strikes it far wide of the post. A really poor penalty from Braithwaite. Still 0-0. And it's just a real kick in the gut. Like I've said earlier there, we need to convert these sorts of chances when they get given to us. That's how you kill games. And again, we didn't take it, and look what the full-time score is. But we did at least have the ball in the back of the net, and it was through Martin Braithwaite around about the 24th minute. We hadn't created an awful amount after missing the penalty, but it's Pedri there who gets the ball out to Junior. Junior in the left wing-back role. At least him and Dest were getting some really good spaces just because of how wide they were. He puts in a really good ball to Braithwaite, and he finishes it very well. Then you're thinking, yep, here we go. Barca have got their goal. Really perfect stuff. Nice and early, to be fair, as well. About midway through the first half. Completely fine. Bob's your uncle. The VAR checks it. Half of Braithwaite's foot's offside. Look, they have to give it as off. It is offside, I suppose. We didn't see any other angles, but look, offside. Disallowed. More nightmare for Barcelona. And really for Martin Braithwaite, guys, not a good day at the office. Penalty miss, and then goal disallowed. But my main criticism for the rest of the half was that we just didn't create enough at all. And it's the same old story, really, in terms of not enough desire, nowhere near enough attitude, nowhere near enough intensity on the ball, nowhere near enough rhythm. The same sort of stuff, guys. And like I've said earlier, in that back five, it definitely didn't help that we had nowhere near enough players in the final third. Eibar were repeatedly getting set pieces on us, corners, free kicks, trying to get in our defence. They didn't create an awful lot at all, but they had a few half chances, mainly from corners. But I'm just saying, in general, we never gave them enough to worry about. So weak in the final third. We just didn't have enough players up there also because of the formation. But I'm just talking in general style of play, forgetting what formation we're playing or who's on the pitch. That intensity, that will to move the ball forward, that will to get in behind their defence and really cause issues and create chances. Again, we did none of that at home to Eibar. Simply not good enough. Simply shocking again from the same Barcelona side. At least the bright spark was that at half-time, DEMBÉLÉ did come on for that second half, and we were thinking, yep, great. And then he actually takes off Ronald Koeman, Serginho Dest, to bring on the Frenchman. And just what on earth, honestly. And this is an injury. This is a poor managerial decision. I expected Dembélé to come on at half-time, probably for one of our three centre-backs. I thought we'd go back to a 4-2-3-1, which is of course what we did. But having Mingueza out there at right-back and Serginho Dest taken off, I just cannot comprehend. And if it's not injury-based, it's another poor managerial decision from Ronald Koeman. Not acceptable when we're looking for a goal to have a centre-back like Mingueza at right-back and Serginho Dest, who's such a good creator, on the bench. I know he didn't have a good first half, but honestly, who really did? Like, we played badly in that first half. We get it. Have Dest on there, and that can help us. And to start the second half, we actually did improve. Dembélé kept on getting in behind as expected. He had a few good chances. The more notable one, he was right in front of Dimitrovic after a good pass from Pedri, and he really should have scored the Frenchman. He just can't kill the chance, and that's what we've got to get better at doing, guys. We have to take our chances. We didn't, and about a moment later, guys, we concede the opening goal to another really bad individual mistake. It's Ronald Koeman. You guys will know I'm a big fan of Araujo at the back. I think he's a great top-class young centre-back who's got it all to go to the top, but he just dwells on the ball here. He gets it stuck under his feet. He looks so lost and lazy there, and Kike gets in. Ter Stegen is very far out of his goal, so Kike finds it quite easy just to bend it around him, in through the near post, and Eibar lead, and it's just more misery for us Barcelona fans. The team playing poorly again, nowhere near showing, good enough attitude in that first half. They started a bit more bright in the second half. We couldn't convert our chances, and yet again, we give away another individual mistake, and it's just the same old nonsense. But we did at least get our equaliser within 10 minutes of conceding, so nice and early in the game, guys. We conceded about the 57th minute and scored about the 67th. It's actually Coutinho and Trincao who linked up very well with Junior Firpo, the two former players I just mentioned there. They came on in that second half for both Griezmann and also Meridian Pjanic, so we had some more width, if you like, on that left-hand side for sure with Trincao, and Coutinho was also linking up there very nicely. It's actually Coutinho who gets the ball to Junior Firpo, who bombs down the wing. He puts in quite a good ball across. I think it was aimed for Braithwaite, but it comes to Dembélé. From an angle, I'm thinking, look, maybe he can just put this back into the area, get a shot on goal. But he really pinpoints that corner and gets Barcelona back on level terms. And once we're on level terms, guys, in this sort of game, Eibar at home, you're thinking, go out there, put in a response, get the game back in our favour, but I just didn't see enough. Yet again, guys, how many times have I said it? I didn't see enough from Barcelona. There was nowhere near enough desire to go in front in this game. From the 67th minute when we scored till the 87th, we did next to nothing. Look, I'm sure you can pinpoint half chances and stuff we could have done. You saw Pedri at the end, they had a good chance. Braithwaite got in there and certainly could have scored at the near post. You had Dembélé also who got around. He played a good ball back to Coutinho. There were little half chances. I'm more talking about the general play. When Barca are 1-0 here, playing poorly, we've come back into the game at home to Eibar, you're expecting an avalanche, an onslaught. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We brought Busquets on in the 80th minute. For Longley, again, what on earth is Koeman doing with his substitutions? Then he gets Ricky on for the last 4 minutes or so. Again, odd. I don't know what's going on the bench from Koeman sometimes. He doesn't look like he's going to be around for much longer. If Font wins the elections, that man is out. If he doesn't win the elections, you imagine Koeman will stay to the end of the season, which I suppose is the sensible thing to do at least. But yeah, past 2021, we won't be seeing much more of Koeman is what I'm going to say. And he certainly doesn't help himself with some of his on-field decisions. But just in general, I don't want to bring him back to the manager too much, because again, we've drawn the game, we've dropped points to a really simple opposition at home. We never slip up to Eibar, really. Like I said in the preview, our record against them is excellent, but it was just poor from Barcelona. It's a Barcelona side that looked like they could drop points at any given moment. We were just getting some form back. We'd won, 3 of our last 4 games, drawn the other one. It's not awful. For Barca this season, it's not bad at all. But here comes another draw. And then we've got much harder fixtures coming up beyond this. Eibar at home is about as simple as it gets. They caused us next to nothing, if you're talking about problems for Eibar attacking us. Next to nothing, guys. They got their one shot on target from an Araujo mistake, which of course led to the goal. They did very, very little. But again, Barcelona got only themselves to blame. Really poor performance. A lot of players missing certainly didn't help that. You're looking at no Alba, no Messi, of course no Ansu, of course no Piqué. We got other players missing on top of that. Of course we've got a lot of players missing, but those on the pitch, it's just so poor. So many players, guys, have got to go in the next years, in my opinion. And I trust the new president to deal with that cleansing process. I'm talking big names as well, guys. I don't ever see enough from Griezmann or Coutinho on a consistent basis to really stay in this Barcelona team. Yes, they have glimpses. You're looking at Coutinho today off the bench. He was pretty goddamn good. I'm talking in general for Barcelona. If we want to move forward as a project, these sorts of players, they can't be part of it. And those are just 2 names, guys. There's a whole list. And I'm sure you guys would agree with me, of players who've got to move on. We need proper planning in the sports area. There's so much more going on behind the scenes at Barca, economically, on the social side of things. So much, guys, but it's just boring. In terms of us football fans, what we want to see on the pitch is a better planned squad. I've said that for so many years now. We need to see way more of it. And of course, we drag it into our seasons, and we just don't have the best players on the pitch. Our lineups are weak, our performances are poor, and Ronald Koeman as coach again lets himself down. But that is where I'm going to wrap up my match review for this game. Please let me know all your thoughts down below. I'm sure you guys will have plenty of stuff to say as me. I tried to get it out all raw after the game. But yeah, it's just another sad evening. It's a bad way to end 2020. It's been a tough year for all of us, I'm sure. And again, we end with more drop points. We're in a top 4 race. No other way to put it, guys. Forget about the league. I've said that for a few weeks now, but forget about it. We've got to focus on teams like Sevilla, Sociedad, Villarreal dropping points, because that's the only way we're going to get anything worthwhile this season. It's a top 4 battle. We're playing like absolute rubbish. And I wish you guys all the best for the upcoming year, and hopefully we all have better fortunes. Until then, see you guys very, very soon. Like I said, leave your thoughts down below. I'll be getting back to all of you, and goodbye.